Fuck it though. Fuck it though. We here. We here. And by we I mean I. I'm here. I'm here. Oh, let me zoom in a little bit. Not that necessary. I'm here. Fortunately. I'm here. I don't know if they want us here. You feel me? Yeah, let's do a YouTube test to see if we're Gucci. We are VR. You know what I'm saying? We are here. What is that saying? Whatever. Yeah, man. Grateful Sunday. Grateful Sunday. We gotta, first off, this is gonna be like a 2-part episode because it's kind of on both sides of the coin, you know? By the way, 22 days, 11 hours, roughly 11 hours, about 5 minutes and 50 seconds until the Twitch unban. It seems like a long time, but at the same time, out of 30 days, it's been 8 or whatever. I'm not mad at that. More like a week, but so about 3 more weeks for that. It's like literally my injury and the Twitch ban are like on the same timeline. It's like when I'm back from Twitch, my arm might be okay. It's like some weird TOS like synchronicity. Hopefully I get back earlier like Zoe Spencer after 1 day. Crazy. But that's hey, I don't know, man. 1 day is wild. Like I mean I'm not hating on. I'm happy if you get back early. That's like wishing like, oh, that person got out of jail early. No, that's like, that sucks. Yeah, I'm not even gonna touch on that much. But yeah, so this is gonna be a 2-part thing. On one hand, it's a grateful Sunday because why? I'm alive. I'm here. I'm able to do shit. You feel me? Like I'm breathing. I have food to eat, more or less. You know, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool. Like shit could be worse. So that's enough to be grateful for. Oh shit! Today is not Saturday. See, I'm tripping, guys. Hold on. Today is Sunday. All right, let's nuke this bot real quick. But I like the bots though because they be following. Low key. All right, let's get rid of Super Simple Saturday. My bad. Yesterday I thought it was Sunday and I fucked up. Here, let's change it over here real quick too. My bag. I remember people used to say my bag. Not many people, but it was kind of like a joke at the time when people started saying my bad. My bag. There we go. Oh, let's move it. If one more label try to stop me, it's gonna be some dreadhead niggas in the lobby. You don't want no problems, with me. Just another day at the back of bottom mail. There go Kyle right there. They said it'd be like, there you go. What up, Ty? What up, Ty? What up, Ty? What up, Ty? I had to steal your motif for one good episode. I had to steal the motif for one good episode. I know you did the Everybody Hates Chris style promo. I had the jacket for one episode. Pause. But yeah, I had a jacket for one episode to yeah, but we're both stealing from something that neither of us created, so I really don't have to say that, but I try to be mindful of how people might take things, because people be taking things weird nowadays for no reason. I just be trying to be great. But again, so I got to cover my bases with everyone, because I try to learn lessons from people and I try to apply it to other people. So it's like, if you do one thing to piss one person off, I try to I try to not make that mistake with other people. I don't try to go, well, this is just this person. They're weird. I try to go, oh, this person get mad about this. Let me try to apply this to other people. So, because, exactly, no real original ideas. It's really hard. There are some. I've created some original ideas, but it's usually derived from something else, though. Honestly, I probably haven't created an original idea now that I think about it. But I'd like to think so. But it's always based off of something. Like almost everything. I think there's like only like 13 like original stories or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's like it could be person meets this person to defeat the dragon in the end. It's like that type of basic story arc or whatever. But anyway, yeah, man, it's a grateful Sunday because I'm grateful to be here. Things could be worse. Everything that happens, I'm taking it as not a sign, but just a blessing. There's always a silver lining in anything. Even me breaking my arm, I don't know what the silver lining is, but it's probably multiple things. It could be protecting me from something that was going to happen. It could be something that was supposed to happen later on, like while I'm back home, and it's like something I just definitely would not be able to do because of this. You know what I'm saying? It could be a stream snipe gone bad, where I would have rushed down there real quick, and something could have happened. You know what I'm saying? It could be something that has nothing to do with Twitch. So I try to at least hold on to. I try to at least hold on to the idea that it's for a reason, especially when I know I didn't do anything like that bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I deserve anything to break an arm. It could be like a collective of things, and it could be just some past shit catching up to me, like a cumulative like thing. But I know I didn't do nothing bad to break my arm like this. Like, I mean, I assume. I could be wrong. I'm not gonna be so arrogant to say I know, but you know what I'm saying. I be keeping track a little bit, but it's all good though. Just grateful that it wasn't work. I could be dead. I could have lost an arm. I could have, you know what I'm saying? That's grateful. This shit's gonna heal. I'm gonna be all right. This is just a matter of weeks, and then my life hopefully should go back to the way it was, more or less. There might be some issues and complications. I'm willing to deal with that or whatever, but I try not to even keep that in my mind. I just focus on the recovery and what I can do while recovering to increase my chances of recovering to the fullest degree. And that's where my head's at, just using science and ideas and common sense and things like that. And research, and ChatGPT is amazing, and all these things. So that's where I'm at with that. Why did I name this day Everybody Hates Kyle? It's crazy. I've never seen the show Everybody Hates Chris. I've never seen it. So I don't even know what the premise is. So I could be like wrong with how I'm approaching this. I was on one episode of it. I was an extra of Everybody Hates Chris one time. That was the closest I've been to knowing anything about it. And I assume the premise of the show is it's kind of like when you're a kid and you just can't seem to do anything right. Ty said you would appreciate the show. I'm sure. Chris Rock, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I assume the premise is, and I could be wrong, is that like when you're a kid and you just can't seem to do anything right and everybody's just on your ass. Your parents, your teacher, everything. And then even when you think that you're doing something right, there's always some sort of problem. I don't know. I would have to look up the premise of the show. Catch 22 in a show. Right, exactly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? That type of thing. Right. Exactly. It's a great title. It's kind of self-explanatory. There's a lot of things like properties where I've never seen, but I can kind of like get the gist of what it's about. That was like Star Wars for the longest time with me. Like I had never seen a Star Wars movie, but like I would know shit about it just by how well it was promoted and just kind of like what I've seen. I guess that's kind of a different example, but Catch 22 in a show, that's a good way to word that, where it's just like, if I don't do this, then it's this. If I do, or, yeah, Catch 22. That's a good one. So yeah, I mean, it's so crazy though, because it's like I know I'm not perfect, but I know I also have a good heart though. So that's where it's like frustrating, because it's like it's weird, because sometimes like when my heart is in the right place and I'm actually like trying to do the right thing, that's when like I'll get I don't know. I don't know what the word is, but I'll get like I'll just have bad luck or whatever with people. I'll just put it like that, where I'm like genuinely just, you know, or I'm trying to like word this shit right. I questioned on whatever day, whatever. I'm a good person, right? You know what I mean? Like most of the time, I feel like I am. Sometimes I'm not, of course. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm not the best person. You know what I'm saying? But I also don't go out of my way to like bother people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the type of person. I'm mostly not a good person. Like as a defense mechanism, or if I feel like I've been wronged or something, then I turn into to the demon. I'm not gonna lie. We're not gonna even sit here and lie about that. I can't cap about that. I turn into the demon, but for the most time, I just be chilling, and I don't be bothering nobody, and I'm supportive, and I'm loving. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of one of those things. It's like I feel like how I and it's like it's so fucked up because like the way I view people is so fucking pure until you cross me. But the way I view people is so pure. So then when somebody comes to me and says, "Oh, you did this, that," and it's like, I don't even think about shit about you like that. Like, I don't even think bad things about you, and that's what you spend your time thinking about me. And I'd be like praising you and building you up to. What I was gonna say is, I feel like the way that I'm perceived by people is like I'm gonna give examples for people across the country so people can get it. If you're in California, we'll say Burbank. If you're in the East Coast or the Hartford, Connecticut area, I'll say West Hartford. So anywhere else, pick the peaceful part of town where there's no crime, there's no, there's just chill. There's like whatever. There's no crime. Is nice. So if you've ever seen police in one of those areas, since there is so little crime and shit to do, any little thing is you could be, you know what I'm saying, detained, apprehended, whatever, stopped, pulled over for. You could be jaywalking in a nice place. Whereas if you're jaywalking in New York, there's not enough time to deal with that. But if you're jaywalking in Burbank or West Hartford and the wrong cop sees you, you could get a ticket for that. Probably not in West Hartford because it's kind of a different culture. But what I'm saying is sometimes when you're not doing nothing, the one tiny thing, it could even be unintentional or an accident, is everything. Because there's nothing else in comparison. And sometimes people don't realize how good something was until it's gone. They don't realize that it was so good that now you're just trying to find shit to hate on. You're trying to find shit to hate on. That's how unproblematic I am. Is that you're trying to find shit to hate on. And my philosophy is, and this can only make sense, this is my boy math. If you're not with me, if you're not working with me, then what are you doing? If you're not working with me, what are you doing? Because in my mind, that means you're working against me. And I know that's harsh, and I don't hold it so literal all the time. Like if I'm doing something destructive, and I don't expect you to hold me down. Like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like actually. And there's still a way to work with someone without being against them. And the last thing I could do is be working against somebody that I'm at the same time working with or supporting. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand like how people could be enemies to people that they're like fucking with. It's weird. It's weird as fuck. That's like, Ty, that's like me watching your stream and hoping that it lags. That's like me watching your stream and hoping that like something bad happens. That'd be weird, bro. That'd be weird. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and this type of energy is happening. And it's like, I don't deserve that shit because I don't, I don't move in bad faith with people. I don't hope bad shit's gonna happen. I don't even have enough time in the fucking day to do that shit. I don't give a fuck about somebody else's downfall or whatever. I care about what I'm doing, and not in a selfish way. I just don't. To spend time hating, to spend time being jealous of someone that you're supposed to be fucking with is crazy. And it's always the most painful when you find this shit out later. Because it's like, damn, like, I was bigging you up behind the scenes. And then come to find out, you were working against me? Unapologetically? It's weird, bruh. It's fucking weird, bruh. And I've dealt with this shit all of my fucking life. I've dealt with this shit all of my life. From working with my dad on shit, what he's told me, how people be fucking hating, bruh. In a real way, destructively hating. And meanwhile, you're just like, la, 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 life is good, ha, ha. You know, that's the most painful feeling when you don't even know that shit's coming. You feel stupid as fuck. You find out shit that's happening while you thought shit was still cool. You feel stupid as fuck for trying and effort and all this shit. Just for, Like I said, I'm not fucking perfect. Far from it. Far from perfect. But I know I'm not like a terrible person. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have different definitions of what a good person is and this and that. But like on an objective scale, like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird how judgmental people can be of other people, but then they be doing evil shit too at the same time. Or someone can call you selfish while they're doing something. So, I just can't get with that shit, man. I can't spend my energy like thinking of and attracting and manifesting negative shit. It's just so. And you know what's crazy? Like, people can still be like successful, and that's what bugs me, because it's like, how can you be successful and have time to hate on a nigga, yo? How can you be rich and have time to hate on a nigga? How can you have all this shit going on and hate on a nigga that's struggling to make some shit happen? Struggling. And you hate on me? You hate on me? You know the fucking struggle. You can see the fucking struggle that I'm going through. You see it. You know all the details. You know all the fucking nuances of what the fuck I'm going through. But you still hate on me. I help others. I'm kind to others without expecting anything. And I get hated on, bruh. I don't ask for anything. I don't do things for people in the hopes that they'll do something for me. I just do that shit because I care. And you want to hate on me, bruh? That's like the most painful shit, because I be doing shit like dead ass out of the kindness of my heart, because I want to see people be great. I want to see people win. I want to see people be happy. Dead ass. I don't expect shit from anybody. But niggas want to hate on me. I'm fucking pure as shit. With that comes mistakes. But I'm pure. I'm transparent. I tell people exactly what the fuck is going on. And niggas want to hate on me. And I'm not saying I'm holier than thou. I make mistakes. I make mistakes. I'm I I would be a liar if I said I didn't make mistakes. But I'm also a good ass person though. And it's one of those things, man. It's like something's wrong with society where it's like someone can do 100 good things, and the minute they do something by accident that's slightly not good, it's like, fuck them. It's crazy. That's not how my math works. It's called averages. If I do 100 good things and I do something that's, if I do 100 things at a 100 level and I do like one thing that's at like a 65, nigga, I still got a high score. So there's nothing worse than thinking that somebody is on your side because of other actions, and then it's like I gotta word this because I gotta think of the scenario. It's like imagine like, I don't even know, because it's like, oh, it's like this. It's like you're arguing with your friend, right? And you guys have been friends for whatever, a couple years, right? And you're arguing, and then in the argument, the friend brings up something like, you know, something that they've observed, they notice that they don't like, or something. Maybe something you fucked up. Maybe you, I don't know. Maybe you like, just say you like, I don't want to say any examples because people don't know how to fucking handle hypothetical examples. They just take it as what I'm saying, and they take it out of context. Just say you, I'm trying to think of something just random, like, just say like you, I don't know, one day you like, I can't think of anything good. Just say you like called like a woman the B word. Just say that. Just for a random example. I'm not saying this. One day, like, you just sort of like talking to your friend and like, oh man, this been, right, whatever. Uh, hey, here you are. Yo, what's good? How you doing, man? What up, Uger? I'm just kind of venting. Appreciate you tapping it in. We're gonna get to the program. So basically, what I was saying is, imagine you had a friend, and one day you just like said something casually, like you said the B word or whatever about a woman, right? No, you know, could be a big deal, but maybe you're just in a moment, you know what I'm saying? But otherwise, you're like very polite and kind or whatever. And so imagine this person like holding on to that, remembering that. Like, so when you're arguing, they like bring that up. And it's like, damn, like, I don't even remember saying that. This is what you've been thinking about? And imagine like during that whole time, like everything was good. Like good praises were said about you. There was, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like brought up as like, you're a bad person because you said this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why didn't you, if you feel that way, why didn't you say it then? Why didn't you address, if it's that serious, you know what I'm saying? It's like, my point is that just say someone said something I didn't like. Yeah, maybe I would remember it. But if I felt that strongly, I would disconnect from that person, or I just wouldn't use it as a tool, because if you're bringing that up, I don't know, man. There's that term frenemy. Frenemy is a person that you're friends with that is secretly hating on you. They don't want, they will be there, they will support you, but they ultimately don't want to see you win. And if they do, they want it to be on their terms. And if they do want to see you win, they only want to see you win so much. And the worst part about me is that I be getting hated on when I'm not even winning. That's the worst part. It's like, nigga, I didn't even get there yet. There's nothing to be jealous or hate on. Uger. Thank you, bro. You remember me. I'm from Turkey. I'm Uger. Of course. Of course. Of course. We had a whole conversation. Uger, I could never forget. Uger says, I'm the kind of guy who tells the truth about his country when he has to, bro. Or if you want to remember me, just think of man. Uger. Bruh. There's no, we can't forget. That was just yesterday. We had a whole conversation about Turkey. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, BKS says, welcome back, Uger. Of course. How you doing? How's your night going? How's your Sunday going? What's one thing you're grateful for, Uger? Ty, what's one thing you're grateful for? Currently. I'll name one too. One thing I'm grateful for currently is God. I'm grateful for God recently because God never leaves. God never leaves. God doesn't judge. God doesn't care if you forget to talk to him. God understands. God knows. God is smarter than us. God understands. You don't have to explain yourself to God. He already knows. I'm grateful for God because every time I need God, God is there. I feel bad because sometimes I'm not connected. I'm not connected as much as I need to be. But every time I every time I check in, it's like this. It's like, oh, I've been waiting. Where you been? And it's always positive words. And God keeps it real. Sometimes when you fuck up, God will be like, yeah, but you could have did it this way. Those are my conversations with God. So I'm grateful. Uger, Ty says he's grateful for his daughter. Absolutely. I think a child is probably the closest thing that we can get to God. It's pure, it's honest, it's unconditional loving. So that's a great answer, Ty. I'm glad that you have that in your life as, like you said, an anchor to ground you. Yeah, I'm happy for that, about that for you. Uger, what's one thing that you're grateful for? I don't know if you got what I was saying. Name something that you're grateful for, you have gratitude for, you're thankful for, you're if you can. If you don't have to, if you don't want, but you know, the closest thing I have to God is probably my dad, my family, you know, because they're always there for me, even when I fuck up. They're still on my side. They understand my heart. They know I don't be fucking bothering anybody, and if they do see me bothering somebody, they understand, like, okay, something probably happened. They might not agree, but they probably know. They know me. They are me. So anybody that has a family, definitely don't take that for granted, because you know they're gonna be by your side, win, lose, or draw. I'm grateful for creativity. Not everyone is blessed with creativity. I don't mean art and everything. I just mean, like, when shit gets tough, can we figure some shit out? I'm grateful for that. I don't I don't view L's as losses at this point, especially when we're in this content game. It sounds fucked up, and I don't mean this literally, but I almost embrace the bad stuff, and it sounds crazy. But I embrace the bad stuff because I see it as an opportunity for content. And I'm not so like content obsessed, but I just love being able to express feelings or emotion in a creative way and in a productive outlet such as streaming, because it forces me to like actually speak my ideas out. And then there's a chat and stuff like that, so it's like it gives you a different perspective. I try to speak in a way that's kind of low key, so I'm not throwing people under the bus. Unless I'm throwing people under the bus when I say fuck this person, fuck that person. I don't know. Maybe I have karma over saying fuck Dalton. I should probably stop saying fuck Dalton or fuck Twitch. Maybe that's what it is. I should probably stop saying fuck Twitch and fuck Dalton, right? I shouldn't say those things, right? I shouldn't say fuck Dalton, right? He doesn't deserve that. So it's easy to look at that and say, oh, he's an asshole. Am I? Maybe. I suppose. But I'm just one of those people that there's a cause and effect to everything. I feel like I've been misunderstood my whole life. I've been misunderstood by my best friend. Some of the shit that some of my friends have said to me, it's like, that's what you think of me in real life? You know what I'm saying? Why are you friends with me? You know what I'm saying? It's like, how do you even feel comfortable saying that incorrect ass shit to me? I'm not even gonna elaborate on that. But a nigga gets judged. And it's crazy. It's like, I'll like, if I do something like, and I get it, like, you judge me off of something I did, it's like, yeah, I get it. But like, people be like, what's it called? Correlating and piecing shit together, and they be wrong. I just feel like I'm like super misunderstood my whole life. Just misunderstood. Bless me. I didn't mean to say it like that. That sounds crazy. Bless me. Yeah, this might be a Henny night. I don't give a shit. Honestly, like, it might not be a Henny night, but it might be. I have control. I just like, sometimes I just don't care. So my dad called me today. He was like, oh, let's see what Uger said. All right, let's see what Uger said, and I'll go into my dad's speech. Uger from Turkey, by the way. Uger says, bro, let me introduce myself. I'm single and I live with my mom. I'm 30 years old. I study dog training, but I'm not working at the moment. I'm also studying radio and television programming at university in Turkey. But I took a break from school this year. My life is pretty simple. I've never been married, just didn't have that chance. I'm studying English every day to learn it completely. Of course, I still have some gaps, but I'm still trying to fill them. Bro, I appreciate your story. I appreciate you being transparent. I'm going to keep it real with you. That's a lot of people's story. We live in a world where what was a thing in the 90s or early 2000s, it just doesn't apply. But they want you to go through the same path as before. They say, go get some training, you'll get a job, just to enter a world where there's no jobs, or where you didn't even have to get certain training or degrees to be successful. Being 30 and living with your mom, that's nothing. That's shit. At this point in life, it's not about what shit looks like. It's about what works and what makes sense. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, maybe you pay your mom some rent. Maybe you don't. I don't know. If she's nice enough, she won't require that from you. You know, I want to say something like positive to you, like, hey, it's never too late, man. Just do your thing, keep grinding. But I don't. Dead ass, keep grinding. I'm not gonna lie, keep grinding. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. First and foremost. But no, there's no but. Keep grinding, keep working. If you want something, keep grinding. I guess what I'm gonna say is it might take longer than you expect. You might have to do whatever you're doing in supercharged mode to get to where you're going. We live in a different world now. It's not. We don't live in a what should happen world. We live in like a what is happening. Like, I tell you, you get your degree, you should be able to get a job. No problem. It's like, no, not necessarily. There's a lot of things. So it's like there was a dream, like your dream job, and I think it's still all possible. It's like in a way easier but harder at the same time. It's like easier to like get it on your own now because you don't need to like play into certain systems. We have internet and technology, but it's also harder because there's not a lot of infrastructure to like just jump in as much anymore. So I think you will be rewarded if you figure out your dream on your own, but if you try to like jump into these already pre-made systems, is a little bit harder. But you should not feel bad. It's dope that you're studying English. Don't worry about not being married. 30, that is a tough age, I suppose, but at the same time, you're just getting started, bro. And I think the 30 now is not the same 30 that it was 30 years ago, if you catch what I'm saying. There's still time. Even if people try to say things, oh, you're 30, this and that, you didn't do this yet. Not fuck those people, especially if you love them, but like, low key, don't worry about that, because the only person that can understand what you're going through is you. And the only person that can make that change is you. And the only person that has to deal with all the consequences and the pain and the struggles is you. So why would you care about somebody else's perspective, especially if they're not trying to directly help you? If someone is not trying to directly help you, fuck what they say. Especially if they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Don't. And I'm only saying this because it seems like you're kind of down on yourself about this. But you do seem positive though. But if you're ever down on yourself and it's because of someone else's words or someone else's opinions or someone else's judgment of you or what they think you should be doing, fuck them. They don't know. They don't know. They're not in your body. They don't know. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know what trauma or whatever, just anything, they don't know. The only thing you can do is be honest with yourself, take accountability, and just get that shit, bro. Just go after it, get it, be bold, just get that shit. If you want to be a dog trainer and that you really believe in that shit, you just gotta figure it out, bro. You gotta figure it out. You gotta like just volunteer, go through all the steps. So you gotta start your own business, make some business cards, do a couple clients for free just to build it up. Start an Instagram page, document it, take pictures and videos of your progress. Start your business. It'll happen. And then sometimes when you go above and beyond and do things like that, then other things open. And it might not be that you have to start your own business. You might just get hired somewhere and it might work out that way. But it's taking those steps. It's taking the steps regardless, moving as if. It's like with this streaming shit. For anyone that's criticized what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, nigga, I'm not even supposed to be in this conversation. And that's what you don't get praised for. I'm not even supposed to be in this conversation, let alone, look, I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be in the conversation. I'm not supposed to be talking to like streamers that I admire. I'm not supposed to be there. That's the risk. That's jumping in. That's doing it. And sometimes with that, you're going to get fucking criticized or scrutiny. And it's like, you're doing things that people would never even attempt to do. The only reason they can criticize you is because you're doing it. And that's where it's like, that's where you have to have self-motivation and self-confidence, because people will legit try to rain on your parade. And sometimes that has nothing to do with them. But they view it as, well, this is what I would do, or this is how I would feel. Well, that's great. Good thing you're not me. So if you ever have a dream, you know you're doing something good when people are aware of it. It might not be good. You still might need to refine and make it better. But if people aren't giving you actual ideas on how to refine and make it better, then they're not helping you. They're just fucking talking shit. Uger says, this is what my life is all about. You're right, bro. I always try to keep myself positive. I used to be afraid of dogs 10 years ago, but I overcame that fear and learned not to be scared. I even took training from an instructor for it. But you know my situation right now. The only thing on my mind is going to America, bro. Oh, well, good. You're on the right track. You're just, and this is what I tell people sometimes. Sometimes, yes, I do know. Sometimes when you're doing something, the worst part is when you're doing it because it's in real time. Think about this. Just say it takes you 4 months to do something. Think about each day, 24 hours. Imagine if you knew that if I wait 4 months, I have to sit in this room by myself for 4 months, but that at the end of it, I get $100,000. It's like, okay, cool. What's gonna suck is like day 45. It's just gonna suck. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in real time. So if your goal is to get to America, all the time in between is just gonna suck because you're not at your goal. You can make it be happy, you can enjoy the process, but if there's no process, it might suck. But you should be doing something that makes you feel good. That's a good process. So, but I like what you said though. The only thing on my mind is going to America. That's it. You got to be laser focused in, blinders on. You will get there. When you get to America, hit me up. I'll buy you a beer. You know what I'm saying? Use that as motivation. You will get here. Just keep whatever you're doing to manifest it, double up on it. Buy an American flag, make a vision board. Just keep tapping in with American people like me. You will get here. I promise. I promise. Something will happen that's just like, oh shit, that's an opportunity. And it's probably gonna be something where you're kind of like, damn, should I do this or not? It's gonna be tricky. And you're gonna have to make a choice. As soon as you see the opportunity and it's not hurting anybody, try to take it. I'm telling you. That's how God works. That's how the universe works, is that if you keep saying, even you saying it now, saying it to me saying it back, whoever sees this, that's all manifestation. It's all gonna help your case. Let's get Uber to America. Like, that shit doesn't cost me nothing. That shit doesn't cost me nothing to say that shit. And that's how I think about shit, you know? So you will get it. You will do everything you need. Life will open up for you. You just have to believe it. You know, deadass. I moved back to LA when I was 30, or maybe I was 29. I moved back to LA. Started my life over. Deadass. Now I'm here. I'm not saying shit's perfect, but I'm here. It's what I wanted, but I'm here. Deadass. I was depressed in Connecticut, ready to die, ready to end my life. Deadass. And I'm here. So when anybody tries to bring me down or hate, I just like remember, like, I'm not even supposed to fucking be here. In real life, I'm not even supposed to fucking be here. Not that I'm supposed to be, I'm not supposed to be alive. So there's not much you can say to bring me down. It sucks because you just want that normalcy sometimes, but it's like, I can just always revert back to the fact that I'm not supposed to be here. Yeah, man. I mean, hey, maybe it's valuable to you, maybe not to somebody else, but I mean, I hope it helps. I hope it inspires you. Anything you want, you can have in life. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. If it's going a little slower, try a different approach. Try to ramp it up by moving at hyper speed. You can do it. And it might mean you have to like sign up for some random program, Peace Corps or something that's in America or something.
a job, anything that's not related, just get here and then figure it out. Just get here. Just be here. Just be standing in whatever state you land in and figure it out. Because I promise you, you will be able to figure it out once you get to that first step. The first step is the worst step. Because that's a lot of manifestation. That's a lot of miles. That's a lot of money. But once you get here, God will reward you. He will open up everything. And it'll seem like a miracle. I promise you, bro. I promise you, bro. I had no plan when I came to LA except for when I get here I just gotta hit the ground running and work. And in that I was able to get a car very quickly, luckily, just the grace of God and, friends and family, friends. And I was able to get a place to live. you know. And there were some parts where I didn't have a place to live, where I didn't have a car. But I just believed. And I'm not saying I'm where I want to be, but I'm not where I don't want to fucking be right now. So don't let anybody ever talk you out of your dream. If they don't understand, if they try to talk you out of your dream, give them grace that they just don't understand it. Because that's the only excuse I can think to talk somebody out of somebody's dream. It should not be any of your fucking business what somebody else is doing. As long as they're not hurting anybody, fall the fuck back, bro. Anyway, so my dad called me today, and he was like, "Oh, so I saw." He was like, "I saw the clip. I saw the clip with you jumping on the table." He was basically like, "You good?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, what the fuck? No, I wasn't like, "What the fuck?" I'm not gonna like act like I didn't understand why he would be asking. But I was like, "Nah, I'm good." Oh shit, 1738, Hennessy 1765. 1738 first, Remy first. And he was like, "Well, I'm concerned." He's like, "I don't want you to keep getting hurt." I'm like, "Nah, neither do I." I get it. That wasn't in the plan. Sometimes shit happens when you're doing stuff, but it's as chaotic as my actions are, it's still very intentional and like strategic. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I was just too drunk, you know. And sometimes when you're too drunk, shit happens. But he was like, "Yeah, the drinking thing," and I'm like, "Yeah, I really don't really drink that much. I don't have a drinking problem. I might have a drinking problem, like where I drink too much and do dumb shit, but I don't really crave alcohol in that way. Even though I'm about to probably take a few sips of the hen dog, I don't really like crave it like that. But but the problem is, and I was like, I only drink really when I stream, but I stream all the time, so it's like it could appear. So no panic, no stress. Well, I would say like in a way panic. You kind of want to panic because it makes you move with a sense of urgency. So if you're like, damn, I need to get to America because I need to, it might just put a little flame under you that makes you like move as if there's an emergency. So don't in real life panic, but you might want to like psych your mind out to panic and kind of stress it until you get what you want. You know what I'm saying? And most importantly, no, what's that thing I said? I was like, best way to manifest, write it down. But basically, keep telling your story. That is the best way to get what you want. Tell everybody your story that you come across as you can. Tell as many people. You want as many people aware of your mission as you can make it. So it could be family, friends, people like me hopping on streams. I'm trying to get to America. Just people subconsciously thinking of that will help your manifestation. Even people hating on you. Try to be careful with telling people that hate on you your goals because they can also send that bad energy. So try to be careful with that to try to block. Ultimately, it's not really going to work, but it can have some things that give you roadblocks. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of bad spiritual energy out there. So more importantly, just tell people your shit. That's why I love this podcast. That's why things have been manifested, because I'm fucking saying it out loud to multiple people consistently. But you still have to protect your energy. But yeah, don't stress in real life. But in a way, you should be stressed. If it's something you want, you're not getting it. That should kind of stress you, right? Treat it like someone kidnapped your child. How would you act? you wouldn't stop until you get it. So treat the same way, get to America the same way. Be relentless. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever stop thinking about it. Don't ever stop working on it. Obsess over it until you get where you want to be. And then you can chill out. So, well, anyway, my dad was like, well, the drinking, I'm kind of concerned. I'm like, I honestly don't drink that much. Like, it's just when I stream, but I happen to stream a lot. So I was telling him, like, the drinking is kind of like a prop in that world, but I could see how it would be problematic. And then he was like, well, you're jumping on a table. Like, aren't you worried about, like, how people perceive you or whatever? And I was like, no. I'm the one that put the clip out. I really don't care what people think. To a degree, I do care, but at the same time, like, I'm framing it in such a way where I don't care. Now, if I did something else and something else happened, yeah, I would care about that. But it's like, it's still like by design. What I'm doing is, I don't care. You know, I'm comfortable what I'm doing by design. By the way, even if I get drunk and break my arm, it's still like, well, I came for clips and that's what I got. So it's like, no, it was my intention. Sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. But so he understood, and I listened, and I told him, I was like, trust me, like, after getting hurt, like, there are things that I'm adjusting. I'm not just like sitting here like, well, I'm gonna do it again. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I gotta move differently. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't like repeating the same mistake twice. So of course I don't want to fucking break my elbow. Would I jump on another table again? I don't know. That I cannot confirm. That I cannot confirm. What I will not do is clip farm while drunk, specifically in public. That's something I gotta. And I'm not saying I'm never gonna be drunk on stream again. Of course it's gonna happen. Of course. But it's all a lesson. I don't like have shit happen to me and not learn from my mistakes. You know what I'm saying? At least I'll get like a couple years out of it. I might like repeat my mistake like a couple years later, just on some like creature of habit type of thing. But you know what I'm saying? I don't like this. I don't want to be like this. This shit sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even drive my fucking car. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's the worst thing to happen to me. Fuck Twitch ban. I'm like, I want my arm, bro. Although before I said I'd rather have broken arm with Twitch unbanned, I probably would pick that in this case, but they both suck. Uger said, the insights you shared will help me a lot. I'm really thankful to you, bro. I'm going to head to the market real quick. I'll be back soon. Yeah, do your thing, bro. And if you can, try to spark a conversation with somebody at the store. If you can, maybe the cashier, they ask how your day's going. Try to bring up the America thing. I promise you will see something from that. And I promise you people will be happy for you. If you just start to build that into your everyday, like, yeah, I'm trying to da-da-da-da. Just start telling your story. I promise it'll open up for you. I promise. It's just how the world works. So if you can, that'll be your challenge for today. Try to spark a conversation with a stranger about you potentially coming to America and see where it goes. You never know. Get back to me on that. Get back to me. I stream every day. So we'll be waiting for you, Uger. That's your mission. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate you showing love. Appreciate you, bro. You the best, bro. You should try to stream a little from Turkey. Are you saying Uger should start streaming? I agree. I agree. Uger, if you want to really manifest and get your word out, start streaming. If you want. Not everyone's a streamer. Not everyone wants to stream. That's something I'm realizing, is that a lot of people will never understand the desire to stream. Like, I would say most people. I think it's like 25% of people will and can be streamers, and 75% just are not going to ever be interested in that, ever. Ty said, give him a voice and eventually a ticket to America. Yeah, try it, Uger. He said, yeah, I'd actually like to give it a try. You can start with just your phone. I mean, Kick's a little harder to stream on, but you can figure it out. Yeah, it's exactly. Ty said, all you really need is a phone. Exactly. Prism Studio. You can stream straight to Kick. Even if there's nobody watching, just for your own shit, saying your shit out loud. some watching it back in the beginning, just say it out loud, make clips that are all about it, put it on social media, it's just good. Even if no one's watching, it's just good for manifestation, just saying it out loud as opposed to thinking in your head. But yeah, man, appreciate it. Um, you know, I think there's a Jay-Z quote where he said, all the people that are mad at me, it can be done with the right phone, with literally any phone, bro. You can do it with any phone, honestly. You don't even need a great phone. I'm streaming off a iPhone 10R, 10XR. I forgot, that came out in like 2019. I mean, it's not the oldest phone, but it's not ideal for streaming. But we got some great clips off of it, so that's the example of just doing it, just getting started, just doing it, regardless of what people might think. They might clown me when I stream snipe somebody and I got this little ass phone. I don't give a shit. I do care. Honestly, that is something I do care about. Like, I do care about what people think. Where I'm like, I am insecure about my phone, but at the same time, what am I gonna do? I'm here. I showed up. And why I think streamers are okay with me is because they see me, even though I'm older, they see, and this sounds paused, but they see me in them. Pause. They see I'm just an early version of myself. I'm an early version of my higher self. They're seeing the prototype and they understand the language because they were that at one point. You feel me? Before you have a cameraman, when you're just streaming on your phone, when you don't have any money, but that hunger, showing up, being there, that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? And it's not gonna be perfect. Some people are gonna not care or judge me or whatever, but ultimately, people know that what the grind is. So when a phase adapt sees a stream snipe, he's like, I know exactly what this is and I respect the grind. I think that's what I took from it. Uger to Ty said, I appreciate your suggestion. I'll try it out. I agree 100%. It's a great suggestion. Streaming is so therapeutic. I'm upset, not really upset in real life, but I'm upset that I didn't start earlier. There's so many tests that I did and so many trials with streaming I've been doing for years now. And I do wish I would have started a lot earlier. But I'm glad I started when I started. Because it all had to be perfect. Everything had to line up. I probably would have saw a lot more failure if I would have started earlier. When I took my time. And it's not always good to take your time, but at the same time, it's not bad if you take your time as long as you end up doing it. You know what I'm saying? Again, I was talking to my dad. He was like, are you worried that people might see you as immature or whatever? And I'm like, I guess that could happen, but it's more or less like what I'm doing is, that's kind of the point. I find it funny because what I'm doing is not supposed to happen. You don't see an unk jumping on a table. Unks have bad knees. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you don't see this shit. I have the spirit and attitude of a YN, and I don't care. And I'm here to normalize not being this, just because you reach a certain age that you have to be this. Because if that was the case, I'm not even supposed to be streaming. I'm not supposed to be stream sniping. I'm not supposed to be doing any of this shit. But once you hit a good one, then they go, that was fire. So what would be the point of listening to people? No one cares, you know what I'm saying? They only care about when you're great. So just be great and open up doors and change the game. That's how I'm doing. People hated on me for stream sniping. Hate it. And now it's just it was already a part of the culture, but now it's like a real part of the culture. It was kind of this rare thing that people would do once in a while, ha ha ha, or that person's weird. Now it's like W snipe. So I could have, after that DDG thing, I could have been like, fuck, oh man, I don't want to da 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 da. I could have did that. But I leaned into it. You know what I'm saying? I leaned into it. You have to be fearless. You have to be fearless and trust your own gut and intuition with this shit, especially when you're the only one that has to stand in the fire that you create. Don't let other people just talk you out of standing in the fire. If you know how to stand in your own fire, do it. The best way to go viral is by doing things that other people are not willing to do. And sometimes you get criticized for it. As long as you're not hurting somebody, do you, bro? Ty said, if I had a time machine, I would invest in Bitcoin and start streaming. Type shit. Type shit. Type shit. Oh my God. If we were in Back to the Future, remember, what's the nigga's name? What's the bully in Back to the Future's name? His name is Biff. Remember Biff got the Beckett and he was able to like do all the sports betting and he was like a billionaire when they came into the future? Hell yeah. Everybody wants to be Biff. We might have some Biffs in the world now that we just don't know about. Elon Musk might be a Biff. You know? Nah, he's not. He's been grinding. But any random person that just popped out of nowhere, they might be a Biff. And we just don't know it. Because imagine that, like, a time machine is invented so far in the future that, although it probably wouldn't be in our realm, though. So, like, if there was any time travel where people were coming back and doing shit, it would probably be so far in the future that it wouldn't be in our world. Like, why would you come back to, like, 2020, whatever? But maybe, though. Maybe for Bitcoin. Maybe it is. Maybe in a year 2100 or something, Bitcoin is at, like, 10 million or something. You know what I'm saying? It'd probably be more than that at that point. But, and you're like, damn, I could buy Bitcoin for 100,000? Shit. I could buy Bitcoin for $100? Shit. You know? But you still got to kind of like be alive, right? So you'd have to like be able to be alive. You can't go back like more than like so many years, or else you'd just be dead or something. But you'd be like 99 years old with like $1 billion for no reason. That's why that Back to the Future shit with the sports betting, it just made so much sense. There's probably a lot of holes in that movie, but yeah, if I had a time machine, I'd probably do the same thing. I would do the same thing. I can't even. I'm disgusted with myself knowing that I could have bought Bitcoin. I just didn't even know how to do it at the time. Like, I remember that shit was like at $100, and I was like, I didn't even know that you could like. I don't even know if you could buy. I didn't even have like a thing to buy on. I was just like, I don't even know how to buy this shit. Like, ignorance stopped me more than anything. But you know, they say hindsight is 20/20. No one will ever know. No one will ever know what the future will hold. Like all those people that were advocating for Bitcoin, they just happen to be right. They could have been wrong. Just in the same. There's probably other things around the same time that people are trying to tell you to invest in that just kind of flop. But shit, were they right about Bitcoin though? Were they right about Bitcoin? Oh yeah, I was gonna say. So there's that Jay-Z quote where he's like, and I might butcher it, but this is more or less what I'm saying. Most of the time, people aren't mad about what I did to them. They're mad about what I did not do for them. We'll just leave that there. But deadass, I'm not gonna say I've been hated on my whole life. Honestly, I haven't been like, I have been hated on a lot throughout my life, but like most of my life is not hate. So then when I do get hated on, I'm like very confused. It's like, this is weird. Like, why would you, haven't I proved that I can't get no grace? I can't get a benefit of the doubt. The worst is when someone's like looking for something to like find to get you on or hate on you. And that's just the most like disappointing thing because I could never spend my time doing that for somebody. Unless somebody like really did something, I'm trying to bring them down. But at that point, it's like, that is not a friend. That is not, you know what I'm saying? That's an enemy. You know, so that's different, you know? And this is kind of like why I move the way I move, where I like to be self-sustained, why I like to be independent, why I like to do things on my own, because it sucks when like people hold some shit over you. Oh, I did this for you, I did that for you. And it's not even the reason why I like to be self-sustained. I just like being independent. Just, I'm a man. I just like to do what I can on my own. Just, it's satisfying for me. But you do have to be careful who you let into your world, because sometimes you get too comfortable and then you start to rely on people, and sometimes people see that as like you can't do something without them or whatever. And it's like, no, I was just letting you into my world. Like, I can still make this happen. It's still the world I created. But the worst part is when you let somebody into your world, you give them power. And then with that, they can try to sabotage something when they don't like something. They don't say nothing before until it's a problem. I could never have enough energy to try to like bring somebody's shit down. Especially somebody that I know on a close level. Some people just don't have a fucking life. And all they do is like focus in on and obsess over yours. And it's sad. It's like, I don't want to be around people like that. Like, it's like, go find a fucking hobby. Why are you obsessed over what the fuck I'm doing? That shit is awkward. And they mask it in love and shit like that, but the whole time they're a fucking hater. And I'm the type of person who's a sucker for love, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you fuck with me? Oh, you support me? Oh, you love me? Great. What's that? Is another Jay-Z's line. He's like, people want to know what my Achilles heel is. Love. I don't get enough of it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes niggas are a sucker for love because they don't get enough love. And if someone like me lets you into my world and shows you love, I expect that shit to be genuine. Because my shit is genuine. I don't fuck with a lot of people. If you're in my world, it's because I've let you into my world. There are so many people I do not let into my world. And people take that shit for granted. It's like that they earned that spot. No, nigga, I let you into my world. It's a choice. And I'm not saying that you have to be grateful to be in my world, but it's like, bruh, like, if you're in my world, it's because I let you in my world. I don't... Ah! I don't fuck with a lot of people, bro. It might seem like it because people come in the chat. I'm like, oh, you the best, bro. Okay. Imagine getting like, oh, but you know what I mean? It's like it's creating fucking content, bro. You the best, bro. Grateful Sunday though. Honestly, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm not a fucking loser and don't like hate on people and try to like bring people down. Cause God don't like that shit, bro. I'm not the most perfect person, but God loves the fuck out of me. God protects me. Even if it's a broken arm, maybe to do something to slow me down a little bit, I accept that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it is slowing me down. I'm not gonna cap. It's slowing me the fuck down. And the sad part about that is I didn't feel like I was moving fast enough already. I'm grateful that I'm not a fucking hater, bro. I'm not a hater. I'm grateful that I genuinely want people around me to win. I genuinely do. Some people will act like they do. I genuinely want everybody to win around me. I want people to win more than me sometimes. And that's what I hate when I get judged. And it's like, you don't even know the purity of my fucking heart. It's like, I wish so many good things for you. And for you to fix your mouth and say some crazy, whatever, we'll leave that one alone. I'm not saying I'm doing anything great, but I think people see, if you could ever hate on me or be jealous, it's because I feel like I'm nonchalant and look, I make my struggle look easy. Emphasis on struggle. If you ever see me put anything out, there's probably 9 times out of 10 chance there's a struggle behind it. If you ever seen me do something that is notable or great, just know that I was probably going through one of the worst periods of my life when that happened. Just know that. Dead ass. I've never had anything easy. One of my greatest accomplishments, accountability music video, accountability song video. It took me fucking this many years to even get to that point. Just think about it that way. That's a struggle in itself. And it's only got so many views and shit, so it's not like this is crazy accolade. And that's where I can be honest with myself, you know? But the greatest thing I've ever done solo was, no, fuck it, was a struggle. Everything about that was a struggle. Everything leading up, I had to work extra. I had to put money out that I didn't have. It put me in a position with bills where it put me into debt after. I'm struggling, bro. I'm struggling in a real way. Having to make decisions in real time while shooting it. Okay, let's not do this. It's going to cost too much because I still got to pay this nigga to shoot it. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But I had to get it done. Maybe I didn't have to, but I wanted to. Just know, every time I've been in all my best moments. It's always come at the worst time. Every time, every single thing. And I don't have a lot of great moments to keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? And I can say that confidently that every time because I'm always in my worst time. I'm always struggling. Forever. You know what I'm saying? So imagine struggling when it's not my best moment. It's the same shit. I'm just always struggling. I'm not bragging or anything like that. I'm just saying it's like, it hurts a lot to be hated on when you're already like fucked in life. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn it. And I always try to say this, if people knew what I actually went through, they would treat me a lot different. I just don't always communicate my struggle because what's the point? If people knew half of what I was going through, they would treat me different. No one would ever hate on me. No one would ever be jealous. People would only help if I was actually honest about what I go through. But that's nobody's problem except for mine. You know what I'm saying? I don't seek help. I don't seek support. I don't do that shit. And if I do it, know that if I ask you for help, know that I really need that shit. And I might need more help on something else. I'm just not that type of person. So if I'm actually asking you for help and you have a problem with it, just know like it took a lot to even get to that point. Because I'm not an ask for help type of person. If I could do everything myself, I would. If I could be my own cameraman, I would. You know what I'm saying? If I could, I'm saying if I could still lift stuff with this broken arm, I would. Not because I don't want anyone's help, I just don't want anybody's help. I know it sounds kind of weird. Not that I don't want anybody's help, it's just satisfying to be able to do it yourself. Sometimes you need help though, sometimes you can't. And I like to save those moments for where I really need it, because some people just ask for help and ask for help and ask for help, and they don't realize like, yo, like you can't just keep asking people for help. Like it gets to a point. Sometimes they might start saying,
No.
you know. So I try not to ask until I really, 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 really need it. And I don't hold the same standards for myself that I hold for other people. If someone is asking me for help, I'll help them every time. I just don't like to be that person. Not that I judge people that do. Me personally, I just don't like to. You know what I'm saying? I don't like surrendering that power to other people. And it's not like that. It's just people do weird shit when they think, and when people help you, they think they're doing more than they're actually doing sometimes. And then they hold that against you. Oh, I helped you with this. It's like, motherfucker, like you wouldn't even, there would be nothing to help if I didn't create the whole shit. But it's not an ungrateful thing. I feel like I'm very grateful by design, how I give people credit, how I praise people. But sometimes it's not enough, you know? Sometimes you didn't read their mind and praise them how they wanted to be praised. And now it's a problem, even though I've made mistakes in my life. I made mistakes. I get it. I'm not perfect. But I do think I'm a good person at the end of the day. I'm a okay person. I'm like a B plus. If it's out of an A plus scale, I'm like a good B plus. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm not a D though. I'm not a D or an F for sure. I don't even think I'm a C. I'm like a good B plus in my life. A plus is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I would say most of the time I'm like a good A minus. You know what I'm saying? But you can you can offend people with anything. It could be the way you say something. It could be an opinion on something they don't agree on. It could be how you react to something. I don't know. That's just me. I might be off in my assessment of myself. Of course, everyone's gonna look at themselves in the best light, but I think I'm pretty fair. I've hurt a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie. Usually in reaction. I'm not a bully. I don't go out of my way. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful despite people's hate and efforts to I don't know what's the word, misclassify me, misrepresent me, you know. Honestly, it's only up from here. The worst thing I can do is give up, be frustrated. I like to look at moments like this where I'm feeling down as like being tested to see if I'm strong enough. I know I am. Sometimes you outgrow situations because you're not the person you were then. sometimes the things you do make others uncomfortable, even if you're trying your best to be considerate. That's another thing. It's like I go out on my way to be super considerate of people, like just by nature, like to the point like people don't even know that I be doing shit. So when somebody comes at you, it's like you don't even know. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've been having your back, low key. You know what I'm saying? And that's the worst thing about like doing something like, okay, what if someone was like, I hate when people wear the color red, right? And so you wear a red around this person before you know this a couple times, and they go, I hate when people wear the color red. So then the next couple times you see them, you're wearing a different color. You're not wearing red. You don't get praised for what you don't do. You know what I'm saying? You only get praised. You only get criticized for what you do that offends people. You don't get praised for, oh, I heard what you said. I made the choice to not wear red around you. It's not something you perceive because it's what you're not doing. But sometimes what you're not doing is the help, but people don't perceive that. So it's harder to count that. They only see the bad things you do. Whereas like sometimes the inaction is just as powerful as the action. And sometimes more powerful because it's happening more often. So it's like you don't wear red around this person, but like one day you show up late and then they hold that you being late against you and you don't even realize they don't realize, oh, I haven't been wearing red this whole time for, you know what I'm saying? Either. So the first thing that comes up is, oh, you're late. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever though. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. But if people knew half of what I was going through, they would not judge me the same. They would be more kind. They would be more understanding. They'd give me more grace. They'd give me the benefit of the doubt. They would try to help instead of trying to bring me down. But it just shows you that people don't really give a fuck. Like, people act like they do for the moment, but they don't. They'll help you. They'll support you, but they don't. They don't really care. Most people just care about themselves. I'm someone that can be, I'm self-serving. I care about what I want to do, but I also like consider other people's shit too. I also consider people, and I'll try to like shape what I'm doing around that sometimes to not offend. I don't have to do that shit, but I do. And most people will not. Most people will not be as considerate as I am. And it's not, again, holier than thou. I just know how my brain works. I can still be like, okay, this is my shit, we're doing this, and still cater to other people. I'll just figure something else out. Most people aren't willing to bend like that. You know what I'm saying? And most people don't realize your effort in doing that. It's easy to hate on me. It's easy to hate on me because I'm fucking pure. I'm transparent. I give you everything to work off of. It's easy to hate on me. I give the source material. Whatever. Whatever. I can only be mad at myself, you feel me? I don't think people like realize like I don't think people realize that like, and I don't really mean to make it about race, but sometimes race is important. I don't think people realize the value of joy to a black person. I don't think people realize like how important joy is. I don't think people realize how rare joy is for a black person. almost to the point where like when someone gets joy or is joyful, they almost don't know how to handle that. It's overwhelming. Of course, joy is important to everyone, but I think black joy is a little bit different because it's not something a lot of people get to experience often. And we won't even have to make it about race. Here, let's take away the race part. I don't think people understand how important joy is for certain people. There's so many people that go through life and never get to experience any type of joy. I mean, of course we have moments, of course, but some people's lives situationally and how it's designed is just not designed for joy. So when you see one of these people finally experiencing some joy, and the first thing you do is hate on that, it's like you don't even know the effect that you're having on them. If I find some joy and I've been streaming for 150 days and something, and you know that I'm excited about this, you know I'm passionate, and you know that if you say something negative about it, that that's going to hit me in a certain way, it's just like you don't even know. You don't even know what that is doing for somebody. And I'm talking about long-term shit. Like, you don't even know how that feels. You don't know what certain shit feels like. Especially when it's someone that expresses so transparently how they feel all the time. I lived a fucking hard life, man. I'm not gonna lie. My life wasn't easy. It wasn't the hardest. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say I had the hardest life. But there's a lot of shit I went through that people don't even know. And when I find joy, like the worst thing you can do is say something negative about it. It's like people don't even realize. It's cool though. You know what I'm saying? Like, the worst is when someone talks shit about something that you're passionate about because they don't fucking understand. Nah, I'll put it like this. If you ever see somebody joyful about something and you hate on it a little bit and you see them just be able to bounce off and still continue, that's a strong ass person right there. Because if they care about you and they care about your opinion, that one little comment could just demotivate them and fuck them over. So if you see somebody that's still continuing after you fucking shit on their fucking shit, just know that's a strong ass person. Man, bro. People that, whatever. Everybody has their own struggle. And that's something I've grown to learn in life, is that everybody has a struggle. And if you have a struggle in your life and you don't find in your heart sympathy for other people that you know damn fucking well have struggles and maybe more struggles in their life than you, and you find the time to fucking hate on that, that's fucking evil. That's like me like getting mad because a homeless man cussed me out. It's like, nigga, like, bruh, I read the room. Like, what the fuck am I gonna be mad about? I understand. You know what I'm saying? I could never have that much ego where I'll get offended by a homeless man cussing me out. It's like, nigga, you're homeless. I would be mad too. You feel me? No shade. But people don't see shit like that. They see you smiling, they see you being productive, and they want to hate. They don't realize like I didn't even want to stream today. I didn't even want to stream. I wasn't feeling it. And there's been a couple times where I had to fucking pull myself out of the mud. And people don't even know what the fuck I'm going through half the time because I'm just dancing around what I'm talking about. It sucks when the opposition comes from close. You know what I'm saying? It's worse. I can deal with these trolls. I can deal with the trolls online. I don't give a fuck. They don't know me. Why would I care about what they think about me? They don't know me. What hurts is when the people that know me do that. Because if you're someone that I care about and I have close to me, I I'm only moving in support of you. I don't have it in my I don't think like that. I don't think in negative terms about you like that. So I hate when a misunderstanding turns into like hate and it's just like yeah, and I'm of course I'm capable of reacting the wrong way, but at the same time like I don't start shit with people. I don't say crazy foul shit to people. I don't start it. I don't I'm in my own world. I don't spend my time like researching and digging on my free time. I'm trying to better myself. That would make me a fucking loser. Oh, when I get offline, let me try to find something that I can have one up on Ty after. No, nigga, the fuck? I'm trying to think of how I can be better. I got other work I need to do. You feel me? That's not even how my brain works. I can never be that much of a loser. I don't care how much money I have, what I have going on. That's some loser shit. People would rather try to bring me down than try to bring themselves up. I hate that shit, bro. I can never be a fucking loser like that. I don't care how successful you are, how much money you have, or whatever, you're a fucking loser. Whatever. Whatever. All you can do is just continue and just keep being great. There's gonna be roadblocks. You're gonna get a broken elbow. You're gonna get banned off a platform. People are gonna fucking I don't know, work against you. I want to say that's a good sign that shit's happening, but it doesn't feel like it in this moment. This shit just feels terrible. Niggas hating on me and I got a broken arm. It's like, do you have a broken arm? Like, like, nigga, how do you kick somebody when they're down? It's weird. I know it's my fault. I know I put myself in the situation. I'm not saying woe is me. I'm not playing the victim, but damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets to a point. How can you hate on me? Do you want this? What is there to hate on? Nobody wants this. But that's why you got to protect your energy. That's why you have to be self-sustained. That's why you can't rely on anybody for anything. That's why you have to keep your circle small. That's why you have to keep your ideas tucked until you're ready to execute. You just have to move in a certain way because that's why you don't give too many people too much power. Do not let anybody be able to control your narrative. Don't give anyone power over you. No one should be able to tell you, oh, do this, do that. Take this clip down. Take this video down. Oh, I don't like how that made you look. I don't like how this is a bad idea. No one should be able to do that. You should only have people doing that are actually trying to see you win. And you'll know, because it won't be a mixed bag. It'll only be help. It won't be, okay, I'm trying to help you one day and now I'm trying to not help you another day. That should not be a thing. You'll know. And there's only a few people that are in that category. It's like your parents. Close friends. But even then, close friends aren't necessarily perfect either. You know, the only person that knows is you and low-key God and maybe certain family members. And even that, they might not understand. But at least you know that if a family member is trying to stop you from doing something, it's at least coming from a place of love. And you can give them the benefit of the doubt that they don't understand. But when someone is in the mix with you, they know damn well what the fuck is going on. But they don't hear me though. But y'all don't hear me though. I hate these fucking rant sessions. It's good content though, but I don't know. It's like humans were created to disappoint. That's like the main, God was like, yeah, disappoint. But it's all good though. Honestly, like, I believe in no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I really believe that. Even if this is a weapon formed against me, I can just imagine what they want it to actually happen. That's how I look at it. What did niggas want to actually happen? So I look at that and go, yeah, nice try. Nice try, nigga. Nice try. Nice try. Dead ass. Nice try. Niggas want me dead if I end up with this. Bad things. There's a lot of bad things that they wish and 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 on me. Yeah, that's how I feel. I understand that bar exactly. And only people that don't wish bad things. I've realized what I've realized in life, and I was so naive, is that how many people are actually unhappy in life. Like, actually unhappy. I talk to people. I remember a friend asked me one time, we were in a group, they were like, what do you think is your best era of life? And everyone was like, oh yeah, college, high school, right after college, my 20s, whatever. I said right now. And everybody looked at me like, right now? How? What the fuck? What do you mean? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm the wisest, I'm the smartest, I'm my best self. Like, I'm in shape. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go back to when I was dumb as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I live in the moment. I live for now. I'm grateful for everything now. It's like, you cannot be happy if you think that high school was your best time. That must be miserable. Like, what do you mean? You sound very unhappy. I realize there's a lot of unhappy people in the world, like on a real level. And it's like, it doesn't matter if they have things, if they have money, if they have a career, they're unhappy. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to breathe another day. I'm happy to be able to create and to be received well. You know what I'm saying? That makes me happy. And because there's a lot of time where I wasn't able to do that, you know? I'm genuinely happy. I could be happy with nothing. I could be happy being homeless. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always of course it's not perfect, but there's always a silver lining. It's like, even homeless people, it's like, we look at that as like, wow, that sucks. But they're like, nigga, you're paying thousands of dollars for rent a month. Like, how is that any better? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy though. I always know that something good has happened when people start coming out of the woodwork. So you just gotta, that should be your goal. Just work until people that normally don't fuck with you start fucking with you. That's how you know you're doing something right. But a lot of people are just unhappy. People that try to find problems and everything are unhappy. People that go out of their way aren't happy to fucking say some shit are just unhappy, bro. It's like, and I've been depressed. I've been depressed. I didn't even know I was depressed. I was depressed for years. I think I was depressed for like since from like 2012 to 2000 like 17, 18. I was depressed for 6 years straight. Every day to myself, I would say, I want to kill myself. I want to die. Every day. I didn't even realize what I was doing. I was just saying that shit. Like, it just, every time something went wrong, I would just go to that. I want to die. I want to die. I don't want to kill myself. Every day it happened. Every single day. I don't have those thoughts anymore, but that was literally 6 years of my life. Every day. So, like, I look at happiness a little bit different, you know? When you're not supposed to be here and you are, there's only so much you can say to me. There's only so much you can troll me. You call me unk, you call me chopped, whatever. I'm alive. You know what I'm saying? I'm still motivated. And it's just like, and I'm self-motivated. I don't, that's what grinds my gears too. Is like, people, I be really trying to make shit happen out the mud. I'm not supposed to be in these conversations. I really try to get shit popping out the mud. Out of nowhere. I find joy in that. And people want to hate on that shit. It's like, you're not realizing like what I just did. You're judging me, comparing me to people that have support in big teams. And it's like, I'm literally doing this myself with no money, no budget. But I'm being compared to the other people because I don't know. I make it look easy. I make it look good. I don't know. It's like, damn, I'm the type of person like, you know, you make a song and then they turn on a Drake song and go, oh, it's not as loud or da-da-da. And it's like, nigga, do you understand the process that Drake is going through to get these records? And then look at my process. The fact that you're even comparing it, that's where you should be applauding. Like, instead of trying to tear me down, it's like, bro, you do it. And they can't. Because you have to believe in yourself. And you can't get caught up on stupid, petty shit like that. And they never will. But, I don't know. Everybody gets hated on. Everybody that's doing something gets hated on. And it's always by people that are afraid to do what you're doing. You know, I can deal with the trolls. I can deal with the comments. They don't know me. What's hard for me is from people that I know that be hating. People move in weird, mysterious ways. And it makes me feel stupid when I give people like the benefit of the doubt. How am I gonna praise somebody and they're plotting on me? Niggas don't feel guilt about that. I be praising niggas and they be plotting and working against me. That doesn't make you feel awkward. That doesn't make you feel guilty. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. That would make me feel so guilty. I wouldn't show my face if I was plotting behind the scenes on somebody and mad at somebody and they're praising you. It's like, wait, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the problem. You know what I'm saying? Ty said, sometimes we put up a good front, but people don't know the many layers that lie behind it. Sometimes it's the closest that should know the layers but actually have no idea. Exactly. Exactly. I try to think about people's situations before I get mad at them. I go, okay. And I try to think about what I could have did to offend them. A lot of times it's nothing, but sometimes it is something, you know? But I feel you. People don't know half of the half of what's happening in a lot of people's lives. There's real struggle, but most people just don't admit it out of pride. I'm the type of nigga that's super transparent. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, I don't say everything, I guess, but I just try to be super transparent where there's no guessing, and people still fucking act like they don't know what's going on. It's like, nigga, like how, it's like read between the lines. It's like I'm not rich, and I'm not doing anything to be rich, and I don't show any signs of wealth. I mean, it's probably safe to say that I'm struggling, but people don't see it that way. People don't see it that way. Not even supposed to be drinking like this. Well, I can. It doesn't really affect this medication. Yeah, I don't know. I might stay on for 2 hours and call it a wrap. I fucking took another nap. That's been my thing. Take a little nap before, so I have this extra energy and shit. Yeah, but at the same time though, like grace needs to be given all around, you know. Well, at the same time, no though. Like some people really be like hating and doing weird shit, and it's like all I can do is just separate myself. It's not even about separating. It's just continuing on your path, because that path is still there. The worst thing you can do is like let somebody throw you off your path, or let a criticism throw you off your path. You know, I've had people close to me. If I listened to what people said that were close to me, I would not be streaming. Put it like that. And I felt that way. I'm like, damn, fuck this shit. If I listened to everybody that was like, oh, but are you making money doing it? Watch for those friends that are like that. That's the first thing they say. Watch for friends that say that. That's not a friend. That's a hater. There's no, because I hate when people criticize, but they don't have any solution. It's like, one, you don't know what you're talking about. Two, you're saying some negative shit. And three, you have no solution. Now, if you say, hey, are you monetized? You're streaming just on Kick. Are you monetized? Why don't you try Twitch? Why don't you try this other platform that monetizes? Why don't you try this? Otherwise, shut the fuck up. You have no idea. And I don't have to do this to make money. I'm doing this to fucking heal my soul. But people will hate, and a lot of people will take that shit to heart. And it's hard not to, because they be right, but at the same time, they're not necessarily right. And they might be right in that moment, but it doesn't mean they're right overall. If anybody asks you how many viewers are watching, how many views do you get, they're a hater. Someone says that stream sniping is creepy, they're a hater. The crazy part is when somebody says something that could potentially throw you off your pivot, off your square, and then they come back and apologize after you beat the fire. That's the worst feeling, because they expect you to just fuck with them again after you try to ruin me. That's the worst feeling in the world. But I just take it on the chin. I'm a strong person. I've been through worse. But that's a lesson for anybody that's doing something and people don't understand and they try to talk you out of it. Just keep going. If you know you're not hurting anybody and you have that vision, just keep going, because they just don't understand. Don't even be mad at them. They just don't understand. That's the only thing you can tell yourself to keep going. They just don't understand. And believe in yourself. The most supportive friend, if they don't agree with what you're doing, is the person that doesn't say shit. Just shut the fuck up. If you don't want to be involved, then don't. That's fine. But don't try to bring me down. Especially if I'm not that type of person that tries to bring your shit down. I'm sorry, I'm not. Whatever, yo. Fuck it. Ay, ay, ay. In other news, we, full transparency, I was fucking around with promo on TikTok, and sometimes I get really good results, sometimes nothing, but I ran a promo on one of these clips on my crazy ass clips page, and that's just going up. So we're at 17K on this one. On the thing. This is a $10 promo. My promos usually don't go that far. I was just like, I just want to push this out because it only hit like, I think it hit like, where were we at? Like maybe like 1,500 views on this shit. And I was like, this shit is not getting pushed out. So I promoted it at $10 and it went up to 17K. That's how you know TikTok is on some bullshit sometimes. I'm not going to lie. Like there's no, oh, I didn't go to my screen. There's no, this video.
Yo, Dalton.
Oh shit!
But yeah, I never, usually like $10 will get you like an extra 1,000 views. So if you ever see a video that's kind of going up decently on its own or you know it's viral, just promote that shit, I guess, because it might go far. And I try not to promote on this channel or boost the post, but I was like, I didn't think it was going to go, I thought I was going to get like 2,000 views maybe, but not 17K, 20K. But, so that's good news for that clip. Mini baby viral. Yo, just believe in yourself, bro. Like, believe in yourself when no one else does. As long as you know you're not hurting anybody, it doesn't cost to just keep believing in yourself, especially if you have this vision up front. Just keep believing in yourself. And I know some people will hate on this and take it the wrong way. Meanwhile, I didn't hate on anybody. I mean, what I said, I'm saying, like, just talking about myself. I'll probably get some backlash for this. I don't care. My heart is pure. And people think that they have something over you. Oh, if I take this away, you won't be able to. Nigga, I'm a survivor. Call me Beyonce, because I'm a survivor, bruh. I'm a fucking survivor. I've been through way worse. This is light work. I can deal with major setbacks. I can deal with a broken elbow. It might be like the mature. I'm trying to still like, yes, I try to still be youthful, but I also try to like be wise and mature and learn from my mistakes and, you know, grow. Shit doesn't always go perfect. But all you can do is just be pure. But yeah, I'm still figuring shit out, man. You know, it's the worst when like your end goal is to be happy and you're met with opposition. It's weird, bro. It's the weirdest thing. It's like if you just knew I'm just trying to be happy, you would not be doing this shit. If you just knew I was just trying to be happy, you would think of things differently. Sometimes being happy comes off as like selfish, and it's like, no, I'm just trying to be happy because I've lived an unhappy life, you know, and I just want something finally for myself that I've created to work out, you know, when it's been a life of failure, disappointment. You just want joy for once, real joy. And I know that's like whatever, it might be realistic. Like we gotta, everybody goes through issues. I understand that shit, but like, damn, like don't be the reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want joy, like in life. It's just not. Of course, I had joy growing up as a kid and things like that. Of course. But sometimes a nigga just wants some joy. Not like I'm joyful about this and now I'm not, like, no, like I want joy in life, like overall, like something to be happy about overall, something to be proud of. Not I'm working for somebody else, I'm fulfilling their dream, which I have no problem with. I'm not a hater like that. But you do have to have that for yourself too. Like actual joy. And whatever that means to you. It could just be free time to like work on your shit. It could be successful results in working on your shit. It could be anything, but it doesn't matter. It only matters to you. And I don't ask people for a lot. I don't ask people for anything. Some people's whole mission is based off of getting help from others. I don't want the help. I like the help. I accept it. I don't need the help. Sometimes I do, but just because I might want or need the help doesn't mean that I can't do it on my own. No. Some things are harder, of course. They might take me a little more time, but I'll figure it out. Ah, man. It is what it is, man. Black joy is a rare thing. Not to make it about race. Well, okay, we won't make it. Joy, I'll just even say like male joy, pause, is a rare thing. We don't get to complain about it. We just have to suck it up and take care of shit. You know, sometimes somebody just wants to be happy though. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with, I used to think that selfishness was a complete 100% bad thing. But I think it's how it's delivered and executed. I think sometimes you have to be a little selfish. Especially if you're generally selfless. But no matter how selfish I'm gonna be, I still try to be so considerate of others. And if I'm not, tell me. And I'm not the person. Oh well, I need to. It's like, oh shit, I wasn't thinking that way. Okay, thank you. All right, cool. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like I see it that way, of course. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But again, I'm not perfect. I still have so much to work on. I have so much room to grow. I can be better. I can be a better person. I can be a better communicator. I can be nicer. I can be kinder. I can be more considerate. I can be more kind and helpful. I can be all these things. I can be more supportive. I can be all these things. I'm far from perfect. And I don't expect to be judged as perfect. And I would like to not be judged as perfect. I just like to be judged as someone that is passionate and cares about the people that he cares about, and all that. Yeah. This has been a good episode, a grateful Sunday. I'm grateful for everybody. I'm even grateful for the haters at the end of the day. Because without you, I might lose sight of what's real. So thank you for reminding me to believe in myself. And thanks for exposing the truth.
With that said, I'm about to peace out.
Deuces.
It's been a good episode. I'll be back tomorrow, episode 150. I don't know if I have anything special planned, but I didn't do an IRL this week, so kind of bummed. But I'm just, hey, we still got some good streams out of it, so I'm not that mad. All right, I'm going to go